why should people come to Portland Paradise Weekend?
If you're seeking a new experience, then there's no other place to go than Portland Paradise Weekend.
Yeah. Welcome to the Honeypot Show. I'm your host, the Stinger Honi B, and today I am quite happy to have as my guest Eunice Rashford. She is a conflict resolution officer in the aviation industry and the founder of Portland Paradise Weekend, a weekend like no other, offering adventure, entertainment, and philanthropy. Originally from that scenic side of the island, it's her mission to showcase the heart and soul of her hometown. She is beautiful, but it's her warm personality for me. Welcome, Vicky.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's very good to have you on the show. I brought you Birds and Bees Moscato, floral and bright, like yourself.
Oh, I see.
So I hope you'll enjoy it. May I have your,
Sure.
glass? Yes, yes. All right. So I remember I was asking you white wine or Moscato.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer
Moscato
Moscatos?
white. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
A little bit sweet.
Yes, yes. I do like a bit sweet as well. Okay. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad. All right, Vicky. So, wow. We were chatting before we started, and you're such an interesting person with an extremely interesting past. And so I want to start there. I want to start with your love affair with Portland, where you're from. Tell me a little bit about your childhood growing up there.
My childhood in Port Anthony was colorful, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was born and raised right on the what you would call the riverbank.
Which river
So,
is it?
Rio Grande.
Oh.
So, of course, we have access to the river.
Yes.
So, my friends and I would oftentimes down at the river and we get busu. You know what that is?
No, but you were explaining it to me. So you're saying that busu is like it's black?
You're right. It's like a shellfish,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. It's in a shell. It's on the rock.
Yes.
You'll take it off. You will clean it up, boil it, and makes good soup.
My gosh, so like a strong soup.
So so that was in itself an experience
Yeah.
for us, you know. And of course we play the games, you know. So yeah, my childhood was pretty colorful, pretty happy. Had a happy childhood
Yeah.
in Port Antonio.
I listen, I tell people all the time, growing up in the country, that is the very best. All right. You have access to river, fruit trees.
Tell me
all
about
these
it.
different things. I mean, you barely spend time inside because outside is so interesting.
Very much so.
So, what was your first jobs in Portland? Like you went to Titchfield High School.
I
Then
did.
after Titchfield.
Okay, so after Titchfield, I actually approached my parents. I wanted to become an entrepreneur,
Yes.
and I proposed a business plan,
Yeah.
which was a concept of a calling center, because back then you didn't have much phones in the rural parts. So I think like this would be a good service. And they bought into it, and I had a business in the town square known as Portland Communication Center. I hired 4 employees. I was just 23.
That's amazing to me. So you're pretty much the first woman in Portland to own a communication center, would you say?
Yes, and at that age.
And at that age, so you've been trailblazing for a very long time. Okay, so you did that, and then what made you decide to leave the island?
Well, the opportunity of furthering my education. And so that came about, and we migrated to the States, my family and I. And so I went to college in the States.
What did you study?
I studied hospitality management, and then later I went and did education. I have a master's in education, special ed and general ed.
Wow. Like you've done a lot of different things with your life. So after getting this master's, and did you teach for some time?
Yes, I did. I taught in New York City for 10 years. Yes.
How are the kids in New York City?
Oh boy. It's a different ball game than back home, you know.
I can imagine.
But that teaches me a lot too, that education is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that from your experience teaching in schools, or even growing up in rural Jamaica, where you see how having an education can change your life, would you say that that's sort of where your desire to help students or children come from?
Absolutely. Because I see the impact on what learning does. And so I try to start from early childhood, because at that age, the mind, what we call, is still spongy and is ready to absorb all information. So that's very important for me.
True. I absolutely agree. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine where I'd be without my education, you know, and the opportunities that I was afforded. Yeah, right. So you're overseas, you're living your life. What made you look back at Portland? Like, you know, what if people left and them there for, but I look back, they don't even think about it. They just want to leave that behind. But you want to invest, you want to show off Portland. Why? Why is that?
It comes down to be honest, love of your parish. Like, to me, there is no other place like Portland.
All right, so Portland, would you say Portland is the best parish in Jamaica?
Well, without a doubt.
And I can't even be upset with you now because I love Portland bad. I'm from Chilani.
Okay.
But yeah, Portland is, it's I don't know, there is just this natural energy, this natural vibrations, you know. It's not overly polluted, it
not commercialized.
Yes, that's the word. That's the word there. What would you say is like one of your favorite spots in Portland?
Let me tell you a little bit about Portland too. Is that in Jamaica, Portland has the most natural resources in terms of attraction sites.
Yeah.
I
know so many people don't know that.
We do. Portland have over 13 waterfalls. We have caves. We have one property that has 2 waterfalls on it in Port Antonio. We have Nanny Falls, which is also historic for us. You have many, you have Reach Falls, you name it. It's a very green, lush area. I would call it untouched.
What is your vision for Portland, you'd say?
My vision for Portland is to see it pretty much, I don't like to use the word return, but have some semblance of what it looked like when I went to high school there. We had a thriving community, we had cruise ships, the town was bustling. One thing I wouldn't want Portland to be is like a mega tourist town that is commercialized.
Like Montego Bay.
Yeah, I would like Portland to be more like a boutique kind of tourism. You know what I mean?
I do. I see what you mean, and I agree with you. Where it's just so much more relaxed and it's sort of effortless.
Yes.
And it's naturally occurring rather than, you know, too much commercialized. Man, and that's definitely what I see of Portland as well, you know.
Wow.
I love Frenchman's Cove. I've been there so many times. But I definitely want to check out some of those waterfalls that you mentioned.
Sure. Come on down.
And talking about come on down, let's get into Portland Paradise Weekend. So how did this come to you?
Well, Portland Paradise Weekend came to me actually at work in the cafeteria.
Yeah?
We were hanging out, my colleagues and I, and
Yeah.
I'm saying, I want to go back and I want to do something, but I wanted to make sure it's impactful. And I have to have an education piece to it, and I want to have a lovely white party. You know, we're just talking and we're there, and one of my colleagues said, okay, you could do it, Eunice. And I drafted. And then I showed to them like 2 weeks later, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So Portland Paradise really was just born out of my love for Port Antonio and just chatting with
Yeah.
my colleagues in the cafeteria and said, I want to go back, I want to do something, but whatever I'm doing has to have an educational piece to it.
Yes, yes. Wow. So Portland Paradise Weekend is not just any regular party weekend, as you say, right? It's really rooted in your desire to give back. And also to showcase the beautiful spots in Portland, or for people to understand the culture and all these different things. So let's sort of talk about the different events. Yes, so from August 1 to August 3. Yeah, so let's start from the very beginning.
Okay, so August 1st, we have joined with the Crystal Boys to host Sunup. They're the curators of Sunup.
Yes.
So it's a beach bliss, it's a morning bliss.
Yes.
And you are able to have morning breakfast on the beach.
Yeah.
And that takes place on Errol Flynn Marina, at Errol Flynn Marina rather. On the 2nd, which is the
But let's
Saturday
go back
morning.
to Sunup for a little bit. So like, what kind of breakfast are we talking about, right?
Oh, yeah,
Jamaica.
Jamaican-
Water, I don't think what it is.
Jamaican breakfast.
Yeah.
You ackee and saltfish, mackerel rundown, you name it, they have it there, and you will have fun because the food is good, the vibe is
Because
good.
I was just gonna ask you, we know Portland and Portland known for them food, but you know that's very important to people. How good is the breakfast?
Very good, very good. So yes, so after sunup on the Saturday morning.
So sunup is a Saturday morning.
No, sunup is the Friday, the first.
Right.
So the 2nd, which is a Saturday morning,
Yes.
we have what is known as Porty Tours.
Porty Tours, that's the one I want to get into, right? So Porty Tours sounds to me like it's a daytime thing.
It is.
From what time?
It's an excursion, so you'll do a land and boat tour of Port Antonio. It's from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. So it's a whole day experience.
Yes, a whole
So
day.
you have people that come to Port Antonio and they're like, I know Port Antonio, I've been to Frenchman, I've been to Blue Lagoon, but have you seen Port Antonio from
No.
the sea?
I can honestly say I no.
So you'll have that experience.
Okay, so the land tour is, what does it do? It takes you to like the spots,
Different attraction sites and heritage sites in Port Antonio.
I like that. And then you go to the beach.
And then, no, we'll start off with the tour at Alligator Head Foundation, pretty much. Once you're finished with the boat tour, then we start the land piece of it. You're going to go spots like
so you
Boston
do the
Jerk.
boat first and then
Yes,
land.
and then the land. So you're going to do like a Boston Jerk, which you know that is one of the tourist more spots in Port Antonio. This is where Jerk was born, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to Boston Jerk Pit. We're also going to go to Reach Falls.
Nice.
We're going to stop by, of course, the Blue Lagoon. So there are spots on the way that the bus will stop, and this happened also with a tour guide. So you're getting the history of all these spots.
Nice. I really like that. And so after you do that, what is the night event?
Okay, so the night event is grooving on the marina.
Gosh.
It's a retro party. So you know the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. So just get your dancing shoes on.
I can imagine. I feel like that's probably one of the most attended, would you say?
Yes, so
Because
to speak.
people really love them oldies.
Retro.
Yeah. Why was that important for you to do an oldies event in the midst of it?
Oh, wow. it is important in our space, and the kind of demographic that we cater to heavily is more of a mature audience. And so when you say mature, you say retro.
True, that's very true. And I know you say mature, but what if we've got like 25-year-olds who want to come up? They can still, right?
Of course, absolutely.
It's not
Come
like
for
when I
the
look upon
experience.
them,
No,
upon them and say, listen, are you mature?
no. It
Okay.
just means that you have a sense of who you are and what you want to do and stuff like that.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so that is Saturday night. Now talk to me about Sunday.
Well, Sunday in the daytime, we have what is known as Sporty Fest. And this is where we have a cultural festival on the park. And it's a free community event. At this fest, you're going to see art and crafts. You're going to see persons dressed in the Miss Lou. You'll get a history of what Miss Lou was to us. You'll get drumming from the Maroons.
Yeah.
So it's a cultural fest, but there is a charity armor to that.
Okay.
This is where we give away educational supplies to pre-K to grade 6. Last year we did 300 book bags, and those bags are all filled with school supplies.
Very good.
This year we have invited 2 authors who have penned back to school books.
Yes.
So they'll be there on the park to kind of sign off
Nice.
for the kids. And this year we're also having learning labs. So these will be manned by Seaside Primary School, Sherwood Forest Primary School, and Port Antonio Primary School. So this is the concept. The kids come to science lab for 15 minutes, then they hop to math, then they up to ELA,
Yeah.
then they up and play,
Yes.
right? Because we have free bounce about and everything like that.
I love that. It sounds so vibrant and full of life and enriching. You know what I mean? Like these kids are having fun, but at the same time, they are really gaining a great experience and getting a chance to take home, you know, something to prepare them for their next school term.
Absolutely.
Porty Fest, because to me that's such a massive event when you think of the culture and the arts and the craft and the drummings and the people performing and all of that. Since its inception until now, how has it developed?
It has really, really grown. And I think the reason behind that is that it's impactful
Yeah.
and persons understand why there's a Porty Fest. What's the purpose? Why are you having this fest?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it has really grown.
That's good. That's good. Because I'm just listening to you talk, I'm just picturing it, you know. And I'm pretty sure that the communities, they really come out, right? They
Yes.
bring their children.
Yes, absolutely.
And this one is free. This one is
Yes,
free.
every year it's a free community event, and that will never change.
I love that. I really do. Okay, so after the daytime event, no one them go and bed, got in bed. Okay, what can the parents get up to?
Oh yeah, this is the crown jewel of the
Yes.
weekend.
Yeah.
This is frosted. Frosted all white on G-Jam, Bentley's G-Jam this year. This year we have introduced the Collective, which is a curated fashion show with international and local designers.
Yes.
So you're in for a treat, and we're serving welcome cocktails at Frosted.
I like that.
Yes.
So where is Frosted held?
It's going to be held this year at the G-Jam Bentley's.
Very
G-Jams.
fancy. Yeah. I noticed that there's this designer from Atlanta. It's his name, something Williams.
Devon Williams.
Yes, that he will be there as well.
Correct.
Nice. Who else do you have?
Well, we
showcasing?
have BB Powell Designs, we have Tony Ann, and we have Akudash. What is so thrilling for me is that the 3 ladies that are designers, they're all Portlanders.
Listen, what? That is
Hello?
very good.
Portland in the place.
No, I tell you, I love that.
And Tony Ann and Akudash, they were on Mission Catwalk.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
No vibes. I love that. I'm very, very excited about that. I love that you're supporting and giving local designers and a platform to showcase their work. You know what I mean? And to have other people come and see it. What if you want to like purchase stuff? You can
You can
talk to the
you can
designer.
talk with the designer. I'm sure they will have their business cards, their websites where you could visit.
How has that event grown over the years?
This is my first year actually
This is your
doing
first
the
year having this
collective.
one. So usually, what do you usually do on
For Frosted will just be it's a grand send off for the weekend.
Yeah.
So, and Frosted is not a beach party. It's an upscale white party.
Yeah, so people.
This is
how do
where you're
people
coming
usually dress?
into your gown as if you're going to be
Sure.
married.
Like you would see it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. And you usually have performance because I saw you had Chris Martin one year.
Yes.
Who can people look forward to seeing on Sunday?
Well, on Sunday for this year, we're not having a performance.
Okay.
We're doing the collective.
So
So what I
that's
try
like the
to do
entertainment.
with, yes, added entertainment for Frosted will change over the years. Next year is my 10th year. Look
Oh
out for that,
man,
honey.
I'm sure that's gonna be big. A decade.
Yes.
Right. Oh my, you must feel really proud that you've been doing this thing for so. I know sometimes we can be our
Harder.
biggest critic, and we're really kind of hard on ourselves. But I think that to do this and I have been doing this for 10 years, I think that's a massive thing. It's a
Thank
big
you.
deal. Yeah.
It's not easy. Of course, this space is heavily dominated by males. But if you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
You love it.
You love it, so you do it. Okay, Vicky. So the Honeypot show is also about food, right? And as you know, as an event planner, right, Portland Paradise, a place where good food, according to JR, the best cooks and chefs come from Portland.
Trust me.
Then you know how important food is and how it can really help to enhance an experience and bring people together. So my Chef Bling, is not with us today because he's off school. He's studying, more cooking.
Culinary.
Yes, culinary. And so he made this for us. Honestly, I don't remember my saying name, but I think this is macaroni and cheese redacted. Is that word they did use?
I don't remember.
Something in the news I heard. Why am I going to upset me now? I'm saying we can't Google it. But it's when you like sort of dry out the macaroni so it's hardened and stiff. So it's
Oh.
cooked and then you kind of make it dry like. What did my chef term? I'm gonna really. Okay, it's not redacted. Redacted mean to edit text. Forgive me, but we're gonna give it a try. Yeah, he always outdoes himself. Today I think he did a really good job. But
Want
yeah.
us to try?
Yeah, yeah.
let's
we can
see
Go ahead and give it a try.
What I can give him a 9.
Yes, if I
negative
can.
9.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
Oh my god.
The shrimp is good.
Yeah. It's very interesting, but
What is actually this? Is this
it's a macaroni and cheese.
okay? Never seen it like this.
And yeah, but like it's not redacted. I don't remember the word. I don't remember the word.
It's rather crunchy.
Yeah, it's very crunchy because I can use this drying process. Wow.
Pretty good.
It's not bad at all. Okay. Big up Chef Bling. So, what I want to ask you now, right? Which I think is one of the most important questions. Where do people get tickets?
Okay. So tickets are currently online on our website, portlandparadise.com. And we also have local ticket outlets. We have the Zaka launch, which is at the Harold Flynn Marina. We have Roots 21. We have Matters Hair Design, which is in Port Antonio.
Yeah.
And Unique Travel.
Okay.
So locally you could get those tickets, and then also online.
Online. All right. Did you tell me the website? Can you repeat it?
Sure. Portland Paradise Weekend.
Okay.
.com,
Excellent.
Obviously.
And also socials, because a lot of people, that's their first go-to to find
Oh
information.
yeah. If you go to, we're on IG. We're on all social platforms: IG, Facebook, Twitter.
Portland
you name it.
Paradise Weekend. That's all you have to type in, guys, and you can find it.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So, can people opt to go to one event and not another one? Can they buy like for each day? How does it work?
Yes, absolutely. Persons can purchase a weekend band that has access to all events or singular events.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
option
very
is
good.
there.
And what's the state like? What if someone wants to do like the entire weekend? And they're like, oh, I want to come down for the entire weekend, me and my girls. Where can they stay in Portland?
Oh, Portland has a lot of villas. We have a lot of villas on the Blue Lagoon, and I have hotel partners. So I've partnered this year with Jamaica Palace Hotel, G-Jam Hotel, Bayview Eco Resort, LF Retreats, and the Great Huts. If you call those properties and said Portland Paradise Weekend, there's a discount, and also online you put in the code PPW.
Yeah.
You'll get a discount.
All right, let me go into the Honeypot to see what's in there. Little. Ooh. All right, I like this question. Stop looking up, Brittany. Vicky. Vicky, it's been good so far, right?
I think.
Yeah, you've been doing great, so no problems. But sometimes in the Honeypot, sometimes it gets a little deeper.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's sticky, sometimes it's sweet. But I think this is a really good question for you because I'm sure you have some gems.
Okay.
In all your travels over these years, what are a few things you've learned that has really helped you along your way?
Of all my travels throughout the years, I've learned to be more cultural sensitive and
That's big.
and to be more open, because traveling is educational. You learn in every journey you take, every city, every country you visit. So yes, it teaches you to appreciate different cultures and people way of life, pretty much.
I think that's a really massive point because a lot of times you find that people are culturally insensitive when it is they haven't been anywhere.
Exactly.
So when you just know the same people, you get up and this is your community and this is all your life, you don't know what it's like for somebody who lives in India or somebody who lives in Japan or somewhere else, the kind of food they eat, their customs, their culture. And when you're not exposed to that, it's easy for you to judge as well.
Right.
But we're all different, and that makes us beautiful.
Make life beautiful.
Exactly.
We're all different from different backgrounds, but we're humans.
Yeah.
That's important to understand.
Yeah. What would you say is like one of the most interesting places you've visited? Somewhere that you feel like, oh, I really have to go back to this place.
So many places I have been that has really
Left an
impression on me. But I would say, you know how Mexico, everybody that goes to Mexico, they talk about Cancun.
Yeah.
Cancun is a hot spot, but I love Tulum.
Yeah? Tell me about
I
Tulum.
love Tulum and Barcelona. Those are my two spots that I often go.
Why do they connect with you?
Tulum is rich in history. It reminds me of Port Antonio. It's green. A lot of history up there. Very relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get it too touristy.
Yeah. Nice. And what about Barcelona?
Barcelona for the food.
Oh.
I love Barcelona. Barcelona. The weather, the Mediterranean weather is good. The food is great. I call Barcelona the Caribbean of Europe.
Look at that.
I love Barcelona.
So one of my favorite artists is Ed Sheeran, and he has a song called Barcelona. And ever since he did that song, and it's such a nice vibe. It's like Barcelona, and it's just so fun. I always think I'd love to visit Barcelona.
You should.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Okay. One day. So this one is actually from JR, because one of the things that I do with my guests, I ask them to write a question for my next guest, right? So this one is from JR, and it says, how long should you wait before marrying someone? Yeah, so like when you meet somebody, how long do you think it is that you should get to know them first before you decide, Let's walk down the aisle.
That's the kind of tricky question because it's an individual. Everybody's different and individual. Look for different things in their partner.
So
but I would say no, not a month. This is not Vegas we're talking about. I'm saying get time to know the person. You never really know someone completely, but at least know them 80% because you have to be aligned. Alignment means a lot because if I am going for, say, a PhD and you don't have an understanding of what education means, it's going to cause a conflict in the relationship. And probably not because you don't want me to grow, but you don't understand. So you should always have someone that you align with spiritually, financially, and emotionally.
Oh, all of them.
All of them, because each one balance the other. Because if you're not financially stable, vice versa, and I am financially stable and you are not, it's off balance.
Yeah.
We need to at least have something together at the table.
Yeah. So
that's just my belief.
So each person should at least have something to bring to the table.
Yes.
Because a lot of young people these days, they feel like I feel like there's a lot of pressure on men to be everything, to provide everything, whilst a lot of women are just interested in taking, right? And at the same time, they're not
producing,
right, as some people would say, the other roles, the other gender roles, like taking care of the home or blah blah blah.
But I think women, I guess, back in the days, have been conditioned to think that the man must always like hold the burden of the relationship. Not so now in this 21st century with women in more leadership roles. I'm yet to find a woman that is in a leadership role and understand who she is, that a man must provide. I don't get that.
From that, definitely from that perspective. But I only put them girl that thinks so.
But they will learn in time because what are you bringing to the table also to the man?
Yeah.
It goes both ways, right?
Both ways, it really does. It really does. Yes, Vicky, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Before we wrap, just why should people come to Portland Paradise Weekend?
If you're seeking a new experience, then there's no other place to go than Portland Paradise Weekend.
Excellent. And remind them of the website that they can go to get their tickets.
Our website is portlandparadiseweekend.com.
Very simple, guys. Yes. Thank you so much, Vicky. I've enjoyed this conversation.
Well, thank you for having me. I did enjoy the conversation as well.
All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and in fact, I want you to actually share this one. Get the word out. Get the word out about Portland and about Portland Paradise Weekend. August 1 to 3. All right, we're turning up in Portland, so write it down in a book and everything and prepare for it. Okay? Thank you for watching.